Today I'm traveling all over LA to try 6 of the city's most viral pizzas, and this will be a challenge on 2 fronts. 1, you know I'm not taking a car, and 2, I am severely lactose intolerant. I'll be rating each pizza on a scale from 1 to 5 to tell you if it's worth the stomach ache. Now I got $100 burning a hole in my pocket, a Metro card, and a GERD diagnosis. Let's get cheesy. Here we are at our first spot, Prime Pizza. Here's what it looks like on the inside, and a little peek at the menu. The slice is secured. I got my slice of pizza, my first slice of pizza of the day, and I am thrilled. I got it at Prime Pizza. This is the grandma slice, Brooklyn style square pizza, and boy, does it look and smell delicious. This thing looks unbelievable. Thick like a focaccia. Look at the bottom of that. All those air bubbles and stuff. My thumb is already sinking through it because it's so soft, but it's also like crispy. Here, listen. And I'm so excited. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good day. That is really good. Oh my God, there's so much going on. Hold on. And that sauce is very tangy and acidic. The cheese is super rich and salty. And the crust is like cakey, but it does have that crunch, the crispness of the bottom. And my favorite thing about a pizza, which is that the bottom gets cooked, but then the top of the dough in between the cheese and the dough or the sauce and the dough stays kind of uncooked and becomes like velvety soft. Hold on, I gotta get a corner here. It's like lacy on the edge, that really crisp, almost burnt cheese flavor. And it's fun that it's a square. Everyone loves a square pizza. The more corners something has, the kind of tastier it is. But each of those corners, of course, gets more delicious the more acute the angle is. So it's a calculation you gotta do. First slice of the day, and Prime Pizza knocked it out of the park. That is a grandma I wouldn't mind pinching my cheeks. And honestly, maybe it will, because I am very lactose intolerant. That's the other part of this challenge, the lactose intolerance challenge. I'm raw dogging this. No lactate, no other supplements, nothing. Just me and what I guess will account to about a pound of cheese. I think mozzarella is one of those cheeses that has like a little less lactose, but the challenge remains. So I'd say that Prime Pizza gets a 5 out of 5. It was such a beautiful day, I decided to walk to Santa Monica Boulevard to catch my first bus. Past the old Okie Dog location, my first ever food review. Rip to one of the greats. Then onto the beautiful tree-lined streets of West Hollywood. Here's a machine that brings food to person, and a machine that brings person to food. Now, I'd be on my way to my next destination already if it wasn't for these 7 people and their 7 big-ass cars. My philosophy is, if you're driving, you can't complain about traffic. It's like, you're complaining about traffic, brother, you are traffic. So I paid for my ride and then went to find my seat. This was one of those long articulated buses. And look at how long I have to walk. This is like a long, long bus. And there we are in the reflection. Wave hello. Past some real classics. This beautiful storage building. Apparently Prince's original recordings are there. Rounding the corner onto Sunset Boulevard into the lovely Silver Lake neighborhood. Back in the beautiful Silver Lake neighborhood, actually in the same exact spot where I made that iconic joke about draining the main Levain in my New York foods video. Another video where I ate pizza, Vito's, which is a personal favorite of mine that does like a New York style pizza. Not trying that today, trying something completely new to myself, La Sorted's Pizza. There was also a beehive under the parking lot, which I thought was kind of cheeky, kind of fun. Here's a look at the outside of the spot. There are these slices, one of which I will be ordering shortly.
Tea glasses showing 4 unforgettable moments with ET. And where can you find them? Pizza Hut.
Slice number 2 here at La Sorted's Pizza. Back in a parking lot doing a food review right off of Sunset Boulevard in beautiful Silver Lake. I got the burrata slice, 2 cheeses for the price of 1. And this thing looks beautiful, holy cow. Glistening in the golden sun of Silver Lake. This thing is piping hot, like burning my finger. Classic New York style slice, I believe. Very thin, ooh, crispy on the bottom. Still holds its shape, doesn't flop. Does that mean it was like cooked at a hot enough temperature? I don't know. Ooh. Smells good. You can smell that fresh basil. Nice thick strips of fresh basil. Look at that oil and burrata melting together. It's like a delicious lava lamp. All right, I gotta do another one and really get some of that burrata. Okay, I see what you're putting down. I sniff your drift. Light on the sauce. Basil is powerful. And that main cheese layer seems to be more than just mozzarella. It's very salty and like cooled off by the burrata. The crust is crispy. Crispy, pretty glutinous and chewy. It is very salty. I wonder if it would be too salty if it didn't have the burrata kind of cooling it down. The slice was nice. Very different from the last one I had, but nice and crispy and light and tasted really great. The burrata pizza at La Sorted's gets a 5 out of 5. The bus to my next destination quickly arrived. It was actually the same bus route that I took to get here, and I got back on so quickly it counted as a transfer and was free. Made it safely to my next destination, Quarter Sheets, where I went inside and ordered my pizza, then waited behind the velvet rope, VIP, very important pizza, then added a slice to my inventory. Took a stroll to find a nice place to eat and encountered these geese that were a little too brave for my liking. Got the slice. Here I am, back again at beautiful Echo Park. The restaurant did have a dining area outside. I was frankly far too humiliated to shoot a food review there. It was very quiet. There were people hanging out eating. Anyways, I got the pesto slice from Quarter Sheet, and let's take a look. Oh, baby. Wow, this thing is truly beautiful. That's like a work of art. That looks like an expressionistic painting. Big chunks of pine nut in the pesto, big globs of tomato sauce on a nice thick spongy square. All right, I can't take it any longer. Tomato sauce is really rich. And the cheese, it's not a huge layer, but it's really like chewy. Bottom is crisp. The flavor of the pesto is good, plus it has a really nice texture, the crunch of those nut pieces. And it's a corner piece, so I got lots of crust there. Man, I blew through that thing. That was really good. There was a lot going on. Not all pesto slices I've had will have tomato sauce as well. This had both, which gave it a real complexity of flavor. Every bite really felt like there was different stuff going on. The oiliness of the pesto and the nuts. The crust was soft in some places, crunchy in other places. And then you get to the burnt edges with that toasty flavor. That slice was really very, very good. And I can say that Quarter Sheets pesto pizza gets a 5 out of 5. I hopped back on the 4 and we headed towards downtown Los Angeles for my next slice. And I hopped off right across the street from Grand Central Market and right near Angel's Flight. And there she goes. This really would have been like the perfect opportunity for me to take Angel's Flight. It actually is the direct connecting public transit line in between where I got off the 4 and my next pizza destination. Fortunately, there was like a very long line, and if I'm gonna hit all the spots I'm trying to get to, oh my god, these things are loud. They were built in like 1903 or whatever, and to be fair, that last bus ride I took was bumpy. That That was the lumbar scrambler. So the line was too long. I think what I'm gonna try to do is just find some footage of me riding it in the past. If I do find it, you'll see it playing right over here. That really puts the fun in funicular. Well, the last time I was here, it was like wet and cold in December for my museums video. And now it's warm and spring. It's funny how that is. Sometimes you forget you're really in a city. Like, are people working in all those little buildings? Each one of those little windows? Someone's office? What are people doing in those things? We'll find our next pizza spot here at this sort of food court amongst the high rises of Bunker Hill. And look at that big ball of dough. Got the slice. I decided to eat this one in this time. I'm in like a huge food court. There's not a lot of people in here. So I found a corner where I believe I won't bother anyone. I'm kind of whispering though. That's the slice. It's a big hefty slice. Crusty on the bottom side. A little crusty on the top, to be honest. Some of that sausage looks a little dry, but hopefully it doesn't affect the taste. I like this space. It's kind of like 1950s. Futurist vibes, like the Bonaventure Hotel and some of those other sort of like semi-public commercial spaces. Also got a Diet Coke, sis. Shout out to Lindsay and my YouTube sister, and also my biological sister. That's the sausage and ricotta. You can see some of the sausage, you can see some of the ricotta. Okay. You know, it doesn't look as appetizing as the other ones I've tried today, but it's pretty good. It looks a little oxidized, like it's been sitting out for a while. To be fair, we are in sort of like a commercial district on the weekend, so they're probably going through a lot less pizza than they normally do. That being said, the flavors are really good. I love the smooth ricotta. The sausage also has a very nice flavor, kind of like a milder pizza flavor, but still very good. That is a crispy crust. Sorry, the cheese is sort of falling off, but you can see where the dough stays very soft on top because of the sauce. The folds of the pizza, the gray matter, thinking man's pizza. Look, I see what they're doing with this pizza. Maybe it wasn't the prettiest pizza right off the bat, but I think it redeemed itself in its delicate subtlety. I appreciate it. I respect it. All the elements were really good. The crust was thin and crispy, and the sausage was also very nice, light on the fennel. In my opinion, some Italian sausages can get overwhelmed by the fennel of it all. I'll be honest, not my favorite of the ones that I've tried so far, but still a very, very good pizza. I'd be happy to come down from my like banking job or whatever to get a slice of this during the day. What a treat. Danny Boy's Pizza gets a 4 out of 5. I took a nice little stroll down to 5th Street where I'd be picking up my next bus. Past this tree that got chopped down. I guess someone chopped down a bunch of trees in downtown the night before. I don't know. And I peeked inside the Cal Edison building. It's kind of cool in here. Then waited for my bus under the shadow of the main branch, LA Public Library. People are probably in there getting so smart right now. My bus arrived shortly after and whisked me safely out of downtown Los Angeles. Through MacArthur Park and to the Mid-Wilshire neighborhood for my next slice. Apollonia's Pizza near La Brea and Wilshire. This is what it looks like inside. And look at those thick slices. Oh boy. Got the slice. Here I am standing at the edge of the parking lot with this absolute mountain of a pizza slice. This is the square cut at Apollonia. I got it with the burrata and hot honey. I feel like it's my birthday. This thing is like a slice of cake. Look at that. Oh my God, it's dripping. So am I. Look, it's nice and crispy on the bottom. That's thick and doughy and just absolutely beautiful on top. Oh my God, I don't even know how to hold this. It's getting so messy. Look at that. Dripping with honey, burrata, and sauce. I simply can't take it any longer. Oh my God, that really is like something else. The lacy edge. That is a lot of flavor going on. There's a lot of flavor going down my hand and my arm. Holy shit. It's crispy, it's thick and bready, and it is very wet on top. The burrata is so cool. Every bite I'm tasting so many different things. Oh my God, I'm looking at just a big chunk of garlic right there. The tomato sauce is very savory and tomatoey. Got another big chunk of garlic in that one, which was not like fully cooked, so it still got some bite, which I like. I like the bite. I like a little bit of semi-raw garlic. I completely forgot there was pepperoni on this one because there's so much going on. Little cup of pepperoni with a bunch of sauce in it. I feel like I'm eating the entire menu of an Italian restaurant. Just look at everything that's going on in here. The layers of cheese, the sauce, the sponginess of the bread. I'm not getting as much of the honey, little bits of sweetness. There's a smokiness underneath it all that I really like. When you get a bite of the burrata, you can really taste the honey. It's like having a scoop of ice cream on your pizza. It's like a pizza a la mode. That was crazy. I also ate that like insanely fast. I feel like I need a shower after that. I mean, that really was an experience. So that was the square slice with pepperoni, burrata, and hot honey at Apollonia. Probably one of the most talked about pizza places on like TikTok. I've been wanting to try it for a while and I'm glad I finally made it because holy cow, that was an experience. All of the pizzas I've tried today have been different, but that might be the most different from any other slice of pizza I've ever had. I mean, it was a challenge to eat here without a table. That was like a very intense piece of pizza. That was like a pizza concentrate. That pizza could have been spread across like 4 different slices. If you want to get a lot of pizza for your buck, I mean, that's it. It also was actually expensive. It was the most expensive slice that I got today at almost $10. But for being such a unique dish and also being like a big piece of food, it was certainly worth it. It was an experience. You're paying for an experience. And it was one that I likely won't forget soon. Certainly not tomorrow morning. The crust was very doughy and chewy, kind of like a baguette, in that the bottom was crispy and the inside was very chewy. It might have looked light, but it was like a heavy slice. A lot of sauce, and the sauce had a lot of flavor in it. A lot of garlic, a lot of cheese, especially when you get it with the burrata, which was very nice. And the honey was just like a nice added touch. I don't know if I would get it every time. I don't know if it really needs it. I'm not gonna be ordering it again tomorrow. Honestly, I probably won't have pizza again for a while, but I'm really glad I finally had the opportunity to try it. So that square slice with pepperoni, burrata, and hot honey from Apollonia, that gets a 5 out of 5. Now, it was a quick bus ride and walk to our final pizza spot underneath this big-ass tower. Past one of my favorite apartments in the area, this cool blue Art Deco thing. Then I arrived at the spot for my final pizza, Mievè. So I'm waiting to pick it up right here on the street corner because this is a pop-up. I ordered the pizza the night before because they make a limited number of pies a day, and then I just texted when I got to the predetermined location per the instructions. Then I just waited for Mr. Mievè to arrive on skateboard and deliver my pizzas. I feel like I'm buying weed in 2006. Back in my day, you had to text someone, wait on a street corner to buy weed, and now you buy weed in the store and pizza on the street? I don't know, man. Kids got it too easy these days. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Then I took my pizzas on a little stroll. LA Fitness? I'm about to be LA Fitness pizza pie in my mouth. Then I found a spot by the Page Museum to sit down and eat it. A dog came a-sniffing, honestly. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, it's kind of on me. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. To bring a delicious pizza. It's their park, too. Got the final pie. Mievè. Very excited. I got the mushroom and tomato. This is the only pizza that I'm getting a full pie of. Boy, look at those big slices. That is an incredibly crispy crust. Hold on. It's like paper mache. You can see the light coming through the pizza. Holy cow, it's like a freaking stained glass window. It's what we call an Italian cathedral. After a long day of pizza, I can confidently say, I'm excited to eat this pizza. All right, let's do it. That is really good. That crust is like paper thin, but still like incredibly chewy. That's like unbelievable. Lots of garlic, lots of onion. It's very sweet for it. The mushroom is chewy and hearty. And you're getting the extra bite of that hard cheese that's shaved on top, maybe like a Parmesan or something. I'm crunching into whole peppercorns that I think are in the sauce, which honestly I'm digging. It's fun. It's like a fun textural surprise. And they're not like overpowering pepper flavor. Man, the toastiness of the crust. You can see just like these bubbles. It's so thin, it's like a soap bubble. That is a fantastic pizza. Not overly salty, not overly greasy, but still a little salty and still a little greasy. A satisfying pizza, relatively delicate and nuanced, light and thin. I honestly think I could eat this entire pie right now. I've had a lot of pizza to compare it to today, and I can honestly say the Mievè mushroom and tomato pizza, that's a 5 out of 5. I guess it's true what they say. Pizza is pretty good. Anyway, we tried some amazing pizzas. We got to travel all over the city to some really beautiful places, but most of all, taste some fantastic pie. I'll be honest, my stomach's starting to hurt and I'm getting a little short of breath, but that's the risk you take for chasing glory. So it's the next morning, and I wanted to report on how I feel after yesterday's adventure. Admittedly, didn't sleep great last night. Was up pretty late. Actually woke up a couple times in the middle of the night. My stomach kind of hurt, but this morning, honestly, I feel pretty good. I feel like I accomplished something yesterday. I challenged myself. I challenged myself mentally, spiritually, and digestionally. So after having done it, can I recommend you, a lactose intolerant person, go out and eat like 7 pounds of pizza in a day? Yeah, you should. I believe that you too can eat way too much pizza. Don't let your digestive issues hold you back from the life that you want to live. Anyway, it's been a blast. I wouldn't have eaten that much pizza in one day without you, and for that I thank you. There are many more ill-advised adventures to come, and I hope to see you again real soon.